Good evening, and welcome to a special edition of Smashing Kidney Disease. I am your host, Steve Belcher. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, we have a great show. We have a gentleman all the way from Bloomingdale, New Jersey, Martin Koenig, who's going to share his story with polycystic kidney disease. So without further ado, I bring on Martin Koenig. Hey, Martin, how you doing? Oh, I'm sorry.
Pleasure to
How
be
you
on your
doing,
show.
Martin?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Great, great. So Martin, again, thank you for being on the show, taking the time out to
My pleasure.
share your story about polycystic kidney disease. So, Martin, when did you learn that you had polycystic kidney disease?
Well, polycystic kidney disease is generally it's an inherited disease. So I knew that my dad had it, and actually his father had it, and my dad's brother. And so I didn't actually find out until my early 30s when I went to get married and had tests done because it doesn't really manifest until it's not really detectable on ultrasound or MRI or anything until your early 30s when the cysts start to develop. So I found out probably when I was in early 30s, like 31, 32, somewhere in there. But at that point, it was just the cysts were very small, and all they said is we'll just monitor it, and you know there's nothing to worry about at the moment. So that was like I said, probably somewhere 31, 32, somewhere in there.
So you said your father had this disease.
Yep.
So when you were younger, did was your dad on dialysis? Did it manifest itself where you saw the results of polycystic kidney disease as a youngster?
Yeah, he was. Well, he got on dialysis when I was finishing high school and then through college. He died when he was about 58.
Oh, my condolences.
Yeah, thank you. And I mean, it was partly the disease and then partly related, and he just really didn't. He didn't take the best care of himself, so the disease kind of exacerbated things,
Sure.
and yeah. But
So
so
at
yeah, so I
go
saw.
ahead.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was he did home dialysis.
Okay. So at that time when all that occurred, did you know or did you take serious that you were at possibly at risk in the future for the same thing?
No, I really didn't. I, I had an idea that I probably had it, but truthfully, when when you're 20, 21, you're invincible and you think you're going to live forever. And, no, I really didn't and um, there's there's really, the only thing you can do is really control it a little bit through diet. There's really no drugs or anything that will reverse it. But I really didn't. I really
Hey,
didn't
Martin.
do.
Hmm.
I kind of I just lived my life. Yeah, I just lived my life, not really thinking about it.
Wow. So when your dad was going through this, I mean, did none of the doctors or anyone maybe suggested for like the siblings get tested
No,
for?
I mean, they didn't. Neither of my parents mentioned it to me. So,
Sure.
or didn't they didn't. No, they really didn't. They didn't push it, and so yeah, I know I didn't do any testing for it until, like I said, until I went to get married, is when I actually determined that there was cyst actually, present. But before that, no.
Hmm. And now there is, I can't think of the name of it, but there is a drug that this gentleman was on one of our other shows that has polycystic kidney
Yeah.
disease, and he's in New York, and I can't think of the name of the drug he said he was taking, he had gotten or signed up for a trial drug, which pretty much keeps the cyst from multiplying.
Yeah. There is a drug, but my nephrologist, I had found out about it maybe a year or so ago, and at that point he said that it really, I was too far gone. It really wasn't. It's better and it's a well, at least I'm not sure if this is the same drug, but the drug that my nephrologist was talking about is a very rough drug, and he had someone who had begged him for this drug, and then after 3 days was like, I don't know if I want to take it anymore, because it's hard on your body. But anyway, the long story, he didn't feel that the price you were going to pay for the drug was going to give me any kind of real benefit over it's better for someone who's in the earlier stages of polycystic, like stage 1 or 2. But by that point, I was in stage 4, nearing stage 5.
So
he didn't really think it was
right. You said you didn't realize that that you had the disease until you went to apply for a marriage certificate.
Oh, man.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you kind of froze up. It's not any part on you. It's a glitch in its broadcast.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
You mentioned that you discovered you had polycystic kidney disease on a examination for your marriage certificate.
Yeah.
Now, how did you find out? Now, you went and took the blood test, and
I had an MRI or a CAT scan. I forget which one. It was an MRI or a CAT scan.
Oh,
and some blood work.
You had to take a CAT scan for a marriage exam?
No, but I just wanted to go through a whole physical and everything, and at that point, I kind of knew that when you're in your 30s, it starts to show up. So I just did a whole, I hadn't had a physical in a while, and so we just did a whole, top to bottom physical.
Okay, so you just mentioned that you said you knew in your 30s it show up. You're talking about polycystic kidney disease.
Correct.
So at what point in your life was this concerning you?
Yeah, because it was really very slow. My numbers really didn't decline that much in the next like 20 something years. I mean, I would say truly when I went, because then I was, when I'd go to my nephrologist, I guess when my numbers got down to about, my GFR got down to about 30, then I started like, okay, this is getting, now we're starting to enter the danger zone. I truly don't remember what my GFR was when it was initially done, because that was like 20, when I was, like I said, like 25 years ago. But about 4 years ago, my numbers got down to about 30, and that kind of that was the aha moment. Like then I, that kind of woke me up.
Right. So you said in your 20s, your dad, I mean, basically when you was graduating from high school, going to college, that's when your dad was dealing with this, and you pretty much forgot about it. But at what point in your life then, before you went to get the physical, it had to be some point that in your mind or some indication that you started to be concerned or go get checked out that something was going on with your kidneys?
Oh, I really didn't notice anything. Even when the first time I really noticed it was I have a 15-year-old son, and I ran a little bit, so we would always go to the track to run, and he was probably 11 or 12 at the time, like 11 or 12, and I could always beat him, badly. I could always outrun him, and then one day he outran me, and I said, oh, well, he's now 12 and I'm 50 whatever, and it's just that's what's going to happen. But we would go out running, and I'd get slower, and he'd get faster, and I just couldn't get back any energy. And then I went swimming, and I couldn't swim a lap. Anyway, the fatigue is what I noticed first. That I just didn't have the energy that I used to have. That was really for me, that was the telltale sign. And then I got, high blood pressure. And that really was, then, like I said, I noticed the fatigue and the high blood pressure were the two things that, were the wake ups for me. And it's probably different for a lot of people, but I noticed my energy level just slowly started going down more than it should have gone down. Because before that, like I said, I would run, I'd play sports, and I just wasn't able to do that to the same level anymore.
Okay, got you. Wow. Now, what is currently your GFR, or glomerulus filtration rate?
It's now 12.
12.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and because my nephrologist feels that with the polycystic kidney disease, it's a little bit different than other types of kidney disease, that I don't need to go on dialysis until probably 7 or 8.
Okay. Well, we're hoping that
GFR of 7 or 8.
You won't make it down to that. That you'll find a kidney before then. Right. Now, have you, if that is the case, that you have to go on dialysis, have you made a treatment option decision?
I'm kind of leaning towards doing at home. So probably the peritoneal is what I would be thinking of doing, just because would be more convenient. I'd actually thought a little bit about doing. You can do the peritoneal where you do it mobile with the they hang the bags and stuff.
The manual.
The manual, yeah, but I'm not sure if I want to do that or not. But it's going to be peritoneal of some sort if I need to do that. Just for the comfort of doing it at home.
Absolutely.
I don't have anything against centers, but I just feel I would just be more comfortable. If you do the peritoneal at night at home, you're in your own bed. I would just be more comfortable doing that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a lot of people find it comfortable and advantageous to do it at home. So with the weather, inclement weather during the winter times and waiting times when you have to go to the facility, it just makes it much better to be at home to do this.
Yep.
Now, how do you know Donna Tissot?
Actually, we met her. My wife knows her better than I do, but we met her at a support group for a kidney support group, or not kidney support. It's a transplant support group of any transplant of any kind. And she was at a meeting, I don't know, a couple months ago, and Karen, my wife Karen, somehow just connected with her, and one thing led to another, and they keep in touch. And so Donna had suggested this to Karen and I, that to do this. So we just know her from the transplant support group.
And that's the brick and mortar or online? Is that brick and mortar or online?
Yeah. No, it's we meet at a local police station. Once, okay. It's a once a month meeting. It's for anyone who's had any kind of transplant, kidney, liver, heart, whatever. It's just a once a month. They have different topics, different speakers. But yeah, it's at a local police station.
Now, you said in January is when you found out that your numbers were decreasing, your kidney numbers?
No, oh no, that's when I finally got put on the
Oh,
transplant list.
transplant. Oh, okay, okay, okay.
But no,
So,
it took me about 4 months to get on the transplant list, because I was hovering right around 20, and then last August of 2018, my numbers finally went down to, like, I think it hit 19% GFR. So as soon as it hit 19%, I did the testing to get put on their transplant list, and it took from the beginning of September until the end of January to get listed.
oh, okay, wow. Now, have you noticed um, any any symptoms, any changes with
Um,
declination of your GFR, like
yeah,
swollen feet, shortness of breath,
yeah.
nausea, vomiting?
No, no vomiting, but yeah, retaining water, so swelling. I had an issue with gout. I don't know if that was related, but the gout is gone, but I still have elevated uric acid levels, elevated potassium, elevated phosphorus. But I don't need medicine for those because they're right on the borderline of being bad. But fatigue is really starting to set in, where I just get very tired at night, like a lot sooner than I used to. Um, and even during the day, I don't have the same amount of energy that I used to have. And so, but no, like urine in the blood, no vomiting, no headaches, a little bit of shit, a little bit of tremoring with the hands.
Mhm.
Um, that's probably, yeah, I would say those are the main thing. But the main thing is really the fatigue, the high blood pressure, the and the retaining of the fluids in the in the ankle area, in the lower
Mhm.
extremity. Yeah.
Now, how often do you go back and see your nephrologist at
every
this
five
point?
every 5 weeks.
Okay, or
So about
unless or something happens in between that.
Yeah, that hasn't happened yet. So it's been about, yeah, so every 5 weeks, so just about almost once a month, but a
Hmm.
little, no, almost once, yeah, about every 5 weeks.
Hmm.
So yeah.
With polycystic kidney disease, does it cause increased thirst?
Yeah, a little bit. I do notice that. Well, I do try to drink a lot of water anyway,
Hmm.
just to keep the kidneys, flush and flush them out. But yeah, I do notice that in the morning, when I wake up, I do have a little bit of dry mouth. I get up, the first thing I do is I have a bottle of water by my bed, and I have to take some water. But yeah, oh, that's the other thing. Frequent urination. I'm up like every 2 hours at night. I have to go to the bathroom about every 2 to 3 hours. So
Hmm.
your sleep gets interrupted, because by the time you're just getting into a deep sleep, you got to get up and go to the bathroom. So that's a little bit of an annoyance. And I
Right.
noticed that even during the day, it's the same thing during the day. Every 2 to 3 hours, I have to go to the bathroom.
Wow. Well, I mean, at least you're still going.
I know. Well, that's, yeah. My doctor he said, well, that's a good thing.
Hmm.
That's a
Hmm.
good, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
Martin, what transplant hospital are you listed on?
At St. Barnabas in Livingston, New Jersey.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Now, what did they tell you was the average wait time for you?
About 5 years. About
5
5 years.
years.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Hmm. Yeah.
Are you on the paired exchange list as well program?
Uh, I, hmm. You know, I, is that I don't know, because I just listed at Barnabas, but I don't know that I am. I mean,
Do
is that,
you know about the paired exchange?
well, I know
Where,
what it is. Yeah,
mhm.
but I didn't know is that a separate, I didn't realize that was a separate listing.
Well, I'm not sure.
Mhm.
They may have a program which maybe you need
Well,
to just
well, they
check
do have,
into.
yeah. Well, no, yeah, they do paired exchange. Yes, St.
Mhm.
Barnabas does do that. So I mean, I'm sure, yeah, because we've offered that to people.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, but no one so far as I had a couple of people who said that if they were going to donate, it was to me and that's it. And then they were disqualified, so they weren't interested in doing the exchange program.
Wow.
Hmm.
So those people who said that has any education about the paired exchange and how it works
Hmm.
been
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
explained to them?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, when we would, I know that we spoke to them about it, and I know even when we would do Facebook postings, we would put in there something to the effect of, if you're because I'm blood type A, so I need A or O blood, and we put in there, if you're the wrong blood type, the hospital will also do paired exchange where you can not only save one life but two lives, and we always explained a little bit what it was. So, yeah, they knew about it, but there were some people who just they just said it's me or nothing. So
Mm.
what are you going to do?
Yeah,
You
that's
can't.
true.
You can't force them. So,
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah.
Now, are you surprised by the amount of people so far that's came out to do testing for you?
Yes, because yes, because I am because I currently have two people in the process, and then the hospital will only test two people at a time. So there's two people who are in the process, and then two more who are waiting. And these are people who, like, three of them I've never met. And one of them I kind of know a little bit. I've met a little bit. So, I mean, the fact that these four people, three of whom are absolute strangers, is just mind-boggling that they would want to help out someone that they don't know. So, yeah, I'm like just blown away by the fact that. And then I said I've had probably at least another four or five other people who at least expressed interest, but for one reason or another weren't able to get too far in the process. But still, the fact that they were even willing to do that, um, is and some of these people I knew were one was a cousin, and she just I think had too many other issues, and there were some other people. But the fact that
Hmm.
I've had about eight or nine people is unbelievable.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So one of them will work.
Hmm. Have you, during your testing phase, have you encountered any challenges or any processes that didn't seem right to you in doing this, getting checked out?
Myself, no, but not myself, but and the testing process to me at least, it seemed that it took the hospital a long time to figure out that they weren't going to continue them in the process. Like one person, they took 6 weeks to figure out that they weren't an eligible donor, and all they did was do the psychological evaluation. And so to me, that seemed a little, like, because I had other people who were willing to be tested, but they will only do two people at a time. And to me, 6 weeks seemed like, a little bit of a. So now we try and stay on top of the hospital a little bit to make sure that they're moving as quickly as they can to test these people to see and if they're not, then to move on to the next person.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
that was a little bit of a frustration.
Hmm. Have you done any fundraisers or any events in Bloomingdale, New Jersey to um, find a donor?
Not fundraisers, but what we would do is we've gone to some local events and had like a table with my information and also just information about um, transplants in general. And that wasn't so well, not too many people were interested in that. So basically the way that's worked for us has been flyers at local establishments and constantly putting up Facebook postings, every week or so, every 10 days, every 2 weeks with a different, either just something different. But that's really been, and then just word of mouth, just
Mhm.
talking to people, just saying, look, I'm in need of this, whatever, and just letting people know what the deal was. But no, I haven't done any fundraisers or anything like that.
Mhm. So, what has been the biggest challenge in this process?
I think the biggest challenge has been knowing that there's people who are in the process of being tested to be a donor, and then it's the fact that you can't do anything to control the process. That's been the hardest thing for me, is that it's truly out of my hands.
Mm-hmm.
And because I don't know these, you're kind of at the mercy of the hospital to tell you what's going on. And because of HIPAA rules, they really don't tell. All they'll tell you is they're still a candidate or they've been disqualified. So it's just the hardest thing has just been trying to maintain, like not get too optimistic when I find out someone's being tested, and not get too disappointed when I find out that someone's been disqualified. And that's probably been the hardest thing for me to do.
Mm-hmm. Your wife has been your biggest supporter. Can you tell us about that?
Oh yeah, I mean, she's the one who made the contact with Donna. She's the one who decided that we should go to this support group, and she's the one who designs all the Facebook postings, the flyers. Um, she encourages me when I get disappointed, and she's there when just to keep me on an even keel. But she's basically my advocate with the hospital. She's my advocate with other people, and she's truly like my spokesperson.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's always good to have a
Yep.
support system in place,
Oh
especially
yeah.
when you're dealing with any type of
Yep.
chronic disease.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. No, she's like unbelievable. I mean, she's just a fabulous person, and she's been, just a stalwart through this whole process. Um, no doubt about it.
Hmm. Now, your son,
Yes.
does he understand what's going on with you? Because it seems like it's almost a repeat of when your dad was dealing with the disease and you was around teenage years. So now it
Yep.
seems like your son is coming full circle.
Right.
Did you explain to him exactly what was going on and to see if he was at risk for polycystic?
He knows what's going on. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Well, the only way, uh, um, we would know if he had this condition would be to do genetic testing. And at this point, we watch his diet, and he does exercise a lot, and that helps, and he's active. And so, but as far as we haven't actually had him tested to see if he has it
Mm-hmm.
yet.
Do
But
do you do you worry about that in the back of your mind that he may be a carrier or
um,
have some trait of
no,
that?
I don't know if I'd say I worry about it. I have I would say that the odds, my wife will say that, my wife will say the odds are 50-50 he doesn't. And I would say that, that's 50-50 that he does. So, but I don't know that I worry about it, but, I think about it from time to time that he could possibly have it. And what I'm hoping is that if he does that, with some of the breakthroughs that they're currently working on, that when and if it gets to the point where he has to do something, that they'll have more options available for
Sure.
him to consider. But to really burden him at 15 with that, I'm not sure that would be. I mean, he knows what I'm doing. He knows what I'm dealing with. He sees that I'm always at the doctor doing blood work, giving blood. He knows. We explained to him what happened with my dad. My brother had to get a transplant, and he was around for that. So I mean, he
Really?
knows. Yeah. So I mean, he's well aware of what's
Mhm.
going on. So yeah.
Is your brother live in the same town you do?
No, he lives out in near Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Did he get a cadaver donor or a living donor?
No, he got a living donor
Mm-hmm.
about 7 or 8 years ago, and he seems to be doing fairly well with it. So
Wow.
yeah, yeah, he had it done at Johns Hopkins.
Oh, down here. Okay.
Yeah, because he's type O blood, so it was hard for him to find a. He couldn't find an exact match to things
Mm-hmm.
with transplants, so he went down. He went down there and did it. Yeah.
Wow. How big um your support group? How big of a support has that been for you? Those monthly
Oh,
support groups that's held on was the first Wednesday of the month?
yeah, yeah. They've been good. Actually, I'm an active member of my local church, and so I get a lot of support through people at my local church who are there to pray with me, talk with me, that I can just reach out to, who are always asking me how I'm doing, how can we help, they help get the word out for me. Um, and so that Wednesday night group and my wife have just been, that's really been the support that's really helped me during this time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody was watching that wanted to donate, do you have information that
Yeah.
you?
Yep. I have a Facebook page. It's all together. It's kidney and then the number 4 Martin. So it's however you do that, Facebook. So it's kidney, the number 4 Martin, a Facebook page.
Oh,
Um,
okay, and it has all the information.
yeah. Yep. hmm
Mm.
Yeah.
So, how far are you from St. Barnabas? Is that like a distance from you? Like if you was to get called?
Oh, it's at least it's about a half hour. So maybe 30 minutes. So
So you don't have
it's
far to travel.
not really. It's about 30 minutes. If there's, yeah, I would say 30 minutes.
Hmm.
30, yeah, 30 minutes. Because there's a couple of them that are, because of where I live, there's a couple in New Jersey, or I'd have to go to New York, and I chose New Jersey just because Barnabas seemed like, number one, they do quite a few transplants. They have a very good program, and it was one of
Hmm.
the referrals that I got from my nephrologist. So, um, but yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Now, have you noticed? I mean, since you had polycystic, have you had any symptoms of blood in the urine?
No,
Oh, that's
nope.
great.
Yeah, no blood in the urine, no kidney stones, nothing like that.
Hmm.
No.
Wow. Now, have you met anyone else that's other outside of your support group that deals with polycystic kidney disease? You know anyone else?
Oh, polycystic kidney disease. I've met other people who have had transplants, but not because of polycystic. Hmm, no, I don't think or if they have, they haven't. Yeah, I can't recall specifically anyone, but I know I've run into people who have had have had transplants for other kidney transplants for other reasons, but not that I
Mm-hmm.
can recall polycystic.
Hmm.
No.
Do you hear a lot people may often say to you that you don't look like you're sick? Do you get that a
Yes,
lot?
I get that all the time. They say you look fabulous. I say, well, I may look fabulous, but I don't feel fabulous. But yeah,
Hmm.
yep, oh yeah, yeah. In
Wow.
fact, if I don't tell people, they don't know. They don't know.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, just by looking at you, I I mean, I would say the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. No, like I said, it's all internal. It's all the fatigue, the high blood pressure, the elevated potassium, phosphorus, uric acid. So it's all, and outwardly, you don't really, other than fatigue, you really don't, that doesn't manifest itself in anything that's noticeable. I mean, I don't lose hair or anything like that, or, I don't shake, or I can still, I still function.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Now, do you take blood pressure medicine?
I do.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
That, yeah.
So, what has he told you far as when to possibly expect to hit dialysis? Did he give you any type of uh
Time frame?
yeah.
Well, because polycystic kidney is a little bit of a uh, different type of kidney disease because it involves cysts with fluid. So it's kind of hard to, it's not a linear thing where you can track it that it's going to follow a set pattern. Like, um, just for a quick example, my numbers had been declining slowly each month. My GFR went from 15, 14, 13, 12. And now this last time it stayed at 12. And he said, well, it could do that for a little bit. Anyway, long story is he thinks probably by early next year, I would probably, if I don't have a donor by like early spring, March,
Hmm.
April, then I'm probably going to be looking at dialysis. So what's that? We're in November, basically. So December, January, maybe about 3 months, 3 or 4 months. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
probably about 3 or 4 months. So I would say, yeah, 3 or 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
So, do you have any plans once you do receive your transplant? Are you going to be doing any advocacy, or are you just going to pretty much kind of
Uh,
take care of yourself? And
well, no, I think, well, I mean, obviously, initially, I'd have to, get
hmm.
myself stable, but no, I think I would want to somehow do something to keep, because I mean, there's a tremendous need, and I think one of the things that you've brought up in this thing is there's a tremendous lack of understanding of the process from the recipient. I mean, from the donor's standpoint of safety and things like that. So I think there's an education process that needs to occur with the population, are put off by the fact of doing it, and they don't realize that it's really not as dangerous as they may think it is, and that
Hmm.
if more people knew about the process and what it involves and how it's not, then I think more people would be helped.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
I'm not sure how that would play out, but I don't want to just get the kidney and then crawl in a hole and say thanks and that's it.
Right, right.
I got mine and too bad for you. I'm not sure that would be right,
Mm, mm.
but but I haven't really thought how I would do that at the moment because I'm focusing on trying just at the moment really for me to get myself squared away. But I mean,
Sure.
we do, but we do educate people though. Well, I shouldn't say that because like I said, we've done some things where we've had flyers or information to hand to people, not just for me, but in, donation in general, what the process is and how to get involved and things like that. So we've kind of done that a little bit.
You mentioned that you attend church. How how much has your church family support has been?
Oh, tremendous. I mean, I have a bunch of really caring individuals who are always asking, how am I doing? Is there anything we can do to help? And then I also, they help get the word out. I send them links, or I send them, my latest, Facebook posting, and I say, please share this with your Facebook friends and things like that. So, they've helped out a lot. They've helped out a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
no doubt.
So, what do you want people to know about polycystic kidney disease, Martin?
That it's not a life, that your life doesn't end with it. But you really have to be, I think, the one disease, but really with polycystic, the one thing that really can help is you really have to you got to really follow the diet that they recommend that you follow. Because I think that's helped slow down my progression. Because believe it or not, with polycystic kidney, for some reason they find that there's certain foods that agitate it more than others. Like I've had to give up caffeine. So think of what caffeine, there's caffeine in almost like, that means no chocolate, no coffee, no tea, no anything like that. So at first it was very hard. I mean, I don't do it perfectly, but, to the best I can. But I think following your diet, exercising, finding a good support group, for anything really, but your mental health. But it's not a life ender, and you can continue on, and not to get discouraged, not to get discouraged, and just but you really got to find that support group or person or both, or both to help you through.
Absolutely. So if somebody is watching this broadcast from New Jersey, from the state of New Jersey, that may be a potential donor, what would you want them to know about you to consider you as a recipient, or considered as a recipient?
I have truly, I have a 15-year-old son, and I would like, and I have a wonderful wife that I've been married to for 22 years. And I have a 15-year-old son, and I really want to be able to spend more years with them, and be able to not just spend years with them, but enjoy doing more activities, with them, especially my son as he gets ready to go to college. And, I'd want to be able to experience those things with them, not having not having to deal with diabetes. And so I think that's what, I would, that's why, because I just want to be able to spend better quality time with my family. Is really what it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's bottom line is really what it is. It's to be able to spend quality time for many more years with my wife and son, and to be able to enjoy doing activities with them.
That's awesome.
Watching them. Yeah.
So, wow, you said a lot. And I hope someone who's watching steps up to the plate and consider donating.
Yeah. Well, I just appreciate the opportunity to do this, Steve. I appreciate the work that you're doing. You do a fabulous job, and the more people that you can educate on, it's just going to be a bonus for all of us. So, kudos to you for what you do.
Oh,
You
oh,
deserve,
I
you deserve.
appreciate that, Martin. And
Yep.
we do another show called Warriors Quest with Jared A. Brown. We would love to have you on the show. That's another platform we use to
Mhm.
have kidney warriors look for potential donors as
Okay.
well.
Hmm.
So if you're open to it, we would love to have you on it. I just have to check with Jared to see
Okay.
when he has a
An opening.
open day available.
Sure. Yeah.
Uh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Shoot me a text and we'll see if we can make it work. I would love
Oh,
that.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anybody you want to say hello to before we end the broadcast?
Just, I don't know if my wife is watching, but hi to Karen
Yeah.
and my son Kevin. Hopefully he's doing his homework. 15-year-olds are tough to get them to do their homework, but hopefully he's doing his homework. But
Uh,
yeah,
right, right.
yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Okay.
Martin, I really, really appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to come on and share your story and journey with polycystic kidney disease and
Thank
looking for, kidney donor. We definitely keep you in our hearts and prayers
you.
and
Well,
finding a donor because I know that it's not easy. I know it's
right.
not. And
Yeah.
we just pray that someone will reach out and definitely give you that gift of life.
Well, I appreciate it, Steve. I appreciate it, and I just again thank you for the opportunity, and I'm thankful. I'm very
Sure.
thankful.
So again, they can find your page at Kidney for Martin. That's
Yeah.
the letter 4, and
Yep.
then Martin on Facebook. And there,
Yep.
people will
Yeah.
be able to.
Yeah. We have
Uh,
link. We have like yeah. There's a link to the hospital and the phone number at the hospital to call to register for donating. So yep. Hmm.
oh, that's awesome. And we're going to pray that the people who are in the loop, the 4 people,
Yep.
one of them
It's gonna.
comes through and
Yep.
able to donate. And that's just awesome that people have stepped up to go get tested. I mean, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. It is. Yep. That's why I'm just so thankful. Yeah. Yeah. And especially like I had mentioned, 3 of them, if they were in the room if you put them in a lineup,
You wouldn't be able
I
to tell who they were.
no, I've never talked to them. I don't even know.
Mm.
I've never even spoken to them. One of the 4 I have, but three of the 4 I've never even. I, I couldn't. I don't know who they are. I mean, I know the name, but I don't know who they are.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Wow. And you got a lot
yeah.
of people out here
I see that.
rooting for you.
Yep.
They put some more up there. You got Amy Lou
Yep. All right.
hanging there, Kevin. I got a couple more
Mm.
from Marianne, Brooklyn.
Okay.
And
All
then
right.
Donna, she's watching.
Yep. Yep.
Your wife is watching.
Yep.
Yeah, so man, it just looks like you have a great support group, support
Yeah.
system, and that's awesome. That it really is. Allison Montgomery watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think she's up at St. Barnabas.
Okay. Mm. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, she waited 2 years with one on
Yeah.
dialysis, and she was
Wow.
listed at
Oh yeah.
University of Penn,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
in addition to St. Barnabas.
Yeah. I've thought about that, but I think right now, since I got some people I've thought about dual listing, but I'm just gonna keep it right now at Barnabas.
Sure. Well, at
Mhm.
least you
Yeah.
know that you had that option available.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. 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 Yep.
So I'll
All right.
definitely put your page back up on
Yep.
the screen. And so,
Yep.
Martin, again, thank you for
Yep.
taking the time out of your schedule to come on and share your journey and story. on Smashing
pleasure.
Kidney Disease, and I look forward to seeing you on Warriors Quest with Jared A. Brown.
My pleasure, Steve. My pleasure. I appreciate it.
All right, take care, Martin. Talk to you soon.
All right. All right. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Yes, this was a great show with Martin Koenig of Bloomingdale, New Jersey. Again, Martin is searching for a kidney donor. He's listed at St. Barnabas Hospital in New Jersey. You can also go to his Facebook page, Kidney for Martin, and find the information if you would like to donate. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight of Smashing Kidney Disease. We'll see you tomorrow with Warriors Quest with Jared A. Brown. Again, thank you for watching this edition of Smashing Kidney Disease. Good night.